Hello everyone, it is GZTV back with another video, and in this video we are going to be talking about the fourth episode of the final season. Oh shit, I forgot to change the picture, my fault. We are still stuck on, for whatever reason we're still stuck on that Black Mirror stuff, my apologies. Technical difficulties, we're here. Yeah, spinning plates here is what we're talking about. Yeah, this is only the only video I'm going to record for now. We're going to be doing an NBA recap tonight. The Five Nights at Freddy's thing didn't happen. I wasn't able to watch it. I was hanging out with people, so yeah, I'll probably watch it this afternoon, and then we can review it tomorrow instead of watching another Ozark episode. Yeah, and then we'll do it with like the new music stuff, like the weekly track roundup, which I'll be listening to music literally after I'm done recording this video. So, yeah, let's go. So, fourth episode of the final season of Ozark centers on disintegrating relationships. Relationships are starting to fade away. Characters are starting to like make their decisions. Yada yada yada. So we're talking about Javi and Marty, Ruth and Carrie, and Wendy, and pretty much everyone. She's just trying to ruin her relationship with everyone that she comes in contact with. Any of these crumbling dynamics could be the one that takes down the Bird Empire. You just never know. Sorry, I was looking for something. Okay, found it. Pick your team and place your bets, man. Who's going to ruin everything? What is going to ruin everything? Yeah. Ace Deuce opens with an absolutely nauseating press conference in which Wendy Bird leans deeper into the mythology she's setting up around her dead brother to help her politically and personally. It's fucking fucked, man. Like, there's no way. You're not a moral person. And you can't even begin to talk about religion. Like, she's talked about, Christianity. Like, she lies about everything to get her way. She lies to feel welcome in a fucking company and to win a fucking business offer and shit. Like, to negotiate. It's so sickening. Her character's really fucking sickening, and she's become one of the most hated characters in this show. I mean, my God. She claims in a press conference that the Shaw rehab centers were inspired by his battle with addiction, something she's made up to help her causes, when realistically, he's actually been on drugs, but that's because he has fucking bipolar disorder, Mel hears this from his car and looks suspicious, smelling Wendy's bullshit. I don't know how he knew this was bullshit, but yeah. My hope today is that all families will be safe, she says. Well, not her brother or the Pierce family. And the Bird family seems to be in trouble too, so yeah, who are you really rooting for here, Wendy? You're kind of fucking yourself at this point, because when people start to catch wind of this whole fucking scam you're talking about with your brother, it's not going to end well for you. Your foundation is going to be over with. So the sense that Wendy is dragging her family down is amplified by little details this season, like Charlotte skipping SAT prep to cover the office at the Bell while her mom spins lies. My God, like, she doesn't give a fuck about anyone but herself, and you realize that as you're watching the season. Like, in the other seasons, you really haven't noticed it before, but definitely now you're like, oh, you're picking up on it. You're like, okay, this woman is a piece of shit, Meanwhile, Ruth has some management needs, which leads her to the perpetually doomed Sam Dermody, played by Kevin L. Johnson, who will come manage the Lazy O Motel. We haven't really heard from his character in a little bit, so it's cool to see him come back in Season 4. There's no way this ends well after how everything went down at Lickety Splits, although it's hard to find consistent help in illegal money laundering operations. You kind of take what you get, and if you get caught, well, that's kind of part of it. Meanwhile, Javi is lamenting the FBI seized 3 recent shipments to Marty on their way to the deal with the Shaw family when Marty gets a call from Charlotte. See, Ruth left Sam alone at the motel to go party with Carrie and his clients at the Bell. At first, they won't let Ruth in, but Charlotte calls Marty, who's lousy. He's like, fine, whatever, they're customers, they can come, gamble, whatever the fuck, I don't really care. So. 2 major events happen at the Bell. First, Ruth is at the bar when she sees news footage of Wendy's speech about Ben, spouting lies about the man Ruth loved, which is obviously going to rub her the wrong way. You can see the fire in her eyes and watch as Ruth considers just lighting the Bell ablaze. Like, fuck it, where's the match? I'm lighting this place on fire. Even Marty knows this is wrong and tells her to stop lying about Ben. Like, this is not good. We have other talking points we can use to get people to buy into our foundation. You don't have to make up this fucking fairy tale about your brother. And the crazy part is you were a part of his death. So the fact you'd even think about doing this is just so arrogant of you, It's crazy. I don't know. So, yeah. Second, Ruth doesn't notice how often Carrie goes to the bathroom to get high, although she probably should have. What starts as a slight sniff in a stall leads to heroin all over the counter. She's drinking, he's snorting, and then he's falling down the stairs. So he overdoses in the lobby of the Bell, but he'll be fine. It's fine. He overdosed. It's okay. Like, what? Come on. Ruth saves him, and the birds show up to see the aftermath. Somebody almost died from illegal drugs. What is supposed to be their clean front? This is supposed to be, like, their brand. This is what's supposed to get people to like them, what's supposed to get them to make a name for themselves. But no, someone fucking OD'd at this place, and it's like, wow, this could be a problem. Oh, and Wendy would be dead if Ruth's looks could kill. I mean, if Ruth would have damn killed Wendy by now. If she was Darlene, she would have killed Wendy by now. She would have. Or if Darlene was Ruth, she would have killed Wendy by now for sure. Ruth makes the wise decision to tell Darlene about the Carrie overdose before she hears it from someone else. Ruth tries to assuage Darlene's anger and assert that it won't get back to them, but Darlene fires a shotgun blast into Carrie's chauffeur to eliminate at least one potential loose end. I mean, my God, Darlene just doesn't give a shit. I'm telling you, she would kill Wendy if something like this happened to her. Promise you. Given how much time the season is spent on the Darlene-Ruth-Wyatt dynamic, what follows is more interesting than the murder itself when Wyatt is forced to go with Ruth to dispose of the body. Not Darlene. Darlene's not doing it. They're doing it. Yes, Darlene will put Wyatt by her side when she feels it helps her, but she also uses him to do the dirty work. Aligning Wyatt with Ruth at this moment feels like a power shift, and interestingly, Wyatt ends up literally near his cousin for more time during the rest of this episode. It seems likely that he would pick Darlene if it comes down to a crucial decision, but that may change after seeing shit like this and realizing. I mean, I guess Wyatt just never realized how fucked up of a person she is. So while Wendy is playing the Ben card yet again with a reporter as she tries to soften the overdose story, Mel is in a small town investigating this thread of lies. He wants to make sure he's not tripping here. Like, he knows there's a lie. He finds his way to someone who would know about Ben's past, his father, played by the great Richard Thomas of the Waltons fame. Really cool to see Wendy and Ben's father actually being introduced into this show. I think that's kind of cool. You know, you've always wondered about some of these characters' parents, like Marty and Wendy, like their upbringings. And we already got flashbacks from Marty when he was down in Mexico, but Wendy, we've never really known about her past. He knows that Wendy is lying, that Ben didn't have a drug problem. He later calls Wendy, and you get the impression that they haven't spoken in years, which is why we probably haven't learned about her family for so long. Given how long Ben has been dead, and that Dad didn't even know he was in the Ozarks, they don't seem like a very in-touch family, which would explain Wendy's lack of parental skills. Wendy rips the phone off the wall when her dad yells at her. That seems very mature of you, doesn't it? You know? That's your fucking father, but whatever. Meanwhile, Sheriff Guerrero goes to meet with Ruth Langmore. What was she doing at the Bell? She's looking for Carrie Stone's driver, too. Ruth plays dumb and later tells Wyatt that Guerrero is fishing for information. The law woman does the same with the birds, and Wendy throws Ruth under the bus. Literally fucking snitching. After the sheriff leaves, Marty points out if Ruth goes down, then Jonah might go down too. Wendy doesn't dismiss this idea, seemingly willing to punish her son for his decision to align with Ruth. He won't serve time. We have connections, she says. Yikes, that's bad, Wendy. That's really bad. So Javi wants the body cam footage from the recent bust and discovers that Maya was there at the first one. He yells at Marty about it and claims that there will be no more product from for the Shaws until they can find the mole who snitched him out. Everything could derail, but Marty has an idea. He goes to Ruth with a six-pack and a deal. Will one of the foundational relationships on Ozark hold everything together? I thought you were clever, he tells her. He wants to help her, but also needs her product, and she says it's another Marty Bird scheme. It might be the last one, as we are in the last season. This shit's crazy, man. This is getting wild. Like, Wendy really wants to... Like, Wendy gives a fuck about herself more than anyone else so bad that she is willing to throw her son under the bus. Throw Ruth under the bus, which obviously she has... She doesn't really have a reason to hate Ruth, does she? I mean, I really don't think she does. Ruth left them because she got her fucking boyfriend killed, and that's her brother, and she doesn't give a fuck about it. So, Wendy's so nonchalantly doing stupid shit and acting like an asshole, you know. There's ruffled feathers, and now there's gonna be karma for Wendy later on, and it's gonna be bittersweet. So I'm out, guys. Leave a like, comment, subscribe. I gotta go. I mean, college football started, but I'm probably gonna be